Christie, you have become a little bit more known in Saskatchewan because of the Wild South Pinot Noir.
Yes.
And so when I talk to people, I talk about the Pinot being that feminine wine, that wine with lots of layers and mystique and all the rest of it. Talk to us about, as a winemaker, what's it like to work with a Pinot grape? And
Okay. I think that's a very good description of Pinot actually, and it's almost how I think of Pinot as well. You have your big Bordeaux varieties, but the Pinot is the one that's more approachable. It's more elegant as such. I think of it anyway. Pinot is a real challenge for me. It's the grape that I find most interesting. It's the grape that I've had most fun with in the last few years in terms of working with our vineyards. We planted our own vineyard 4 years ago, so we've had three harvests from our own vineyard. Other fruit we source from other vineyards, so we don't quite have that same control that we do on our own vineyard. So with that vineyard, I spend a lot of time with our viticulturalist. We walk up and down rows. We select rows that we're going to hand pick. We select rows that are going to go into this tank and that tank. So it's very hands-on. And when it comes into the winery, again, it's all very hands-on. It's very gentle. Lots of small batches. I think people either have a love or a hate with Pinot, and I definitely have a love of Pinot. It's challenging, it's fun, it's exciting, and you can be a little more gentle with it than Bordeaux varieties.
What makes it so finicky, Christie? Why is it such a?
It's just the way Pinot is. It's a hybrid. It mutates. Pinot Gris is a mutant of Pinot Noir. So in the vineyard and the winery, it is really finicky. But that's part of the challenge of it as well, I think. So, and part of the satisfaction when you open a good bottle of Pinot as well.
Talk to us about the food versatility of a Pinot. How do you enjoy your Pinots? With what accompaniment do you like?
I think with all wines, when you're food and wine matching, there's two ways you can go. Your wine either is a big blockbuster that overpowers your food, so you can taste the wine, or they complement each other. And I like food and wine to complement each other, and I think you get really amazing flavours when you do that well and when you do it right. And you want to taste both. You don't want to overpower one or the other.
What's your favourite food with your Pinots?
My favourite food is Pinot. Actually, I have been lucky enough, and I will Skype here. My husband shot a deer a few months ago, so we've been eating a lot of venison, I should say, with Pinot, and it's summer here as well, so we've been barbecuing, and we've been really spoiled.
Okay, well done. Christie, why don't you talk to us about the distinctives of the Marlborough region? Maybe a little bit about the soil, a little bit about what makes a Marlborough Pinot so layered, and then we'll talk about about the Wild South.
I think the thing I really like about New Zealand Pinot is that it's all so different from each region. I suppose our main Pinot regions are Martinborough, Marlborough, and Central Otago. Compared to those two, Marlborough Pinot, it's more fruit-driven styles, I think, more approachable styles, like the Wild South. It's an easy-to-drink style. Soils that our vineyards are growing on. Our main vineyard, which I spoke about before, is actually old river terrace, so a lot of silt, a lot of free-draining soils. And then our other vineyards are grown on clay, so we get really different flavours from all those vineyards, which helps in the winery with blending and layering of flavours in the wine.
Christie, talk to us about that.
So again, this is the 2008 Pinot Noir. I think it's been quite a hard transition for me from 07 to 08 because I really like the 2007 Wild South Pinot Noir. But your favourites have to change every now and then. I'm really happy with this wine. We did, I was talking before about the vineyard selection. We did a lot more of that this year, so there was a lot more detail in it. We were lucky enough to have small fermenters, so we could really break out those parts and really concentrate on them. So yeah, a lot of time in this wine, and at the moment it's pretty young and out there, but 12 months, 6 months in bottle, it'll settle down and just amalgamate a bit better. And, yeah, I think it's going to be just as good as the 07.
What sets apart your wines, your Pinots? What are you particularly pleased about that you captured in the Pinot?
I think what I try to capture with all my wines, not just the Pinot, is we really want them to reflect New Zealand. We want them to really reflect that clean, pure fruitiness that is New Zealand. When you drink Wild South in Canada, I want you to be thinking of New Zealand, and I want you to be thinking of our blue skies and our green hills and, walking through our vineyards. So, and to me, that's what it's about. But, I did walk through the vineyards and I did select that fruit. And so that's what it does for me.
Do you have anything to say to people in Saskatchewan?
Hello, drink lots of Wild South.